Hel- Hello, I am Simulated Eric, and welcome back to Trainz. We are about to depart the coal sightings. Sorry, not the coal sightings, the coal loader. We didn't actually seem to load, which is a bit annoying. But we will have a look and see what's going on with our trains. So here's Charlie. He is on his way back. He's on his way back to Donnybrook Power Station. We're still using the Donnybrook map. So let's see our other drivers and see how they are going. So I'm also heading back to the power station. Jane on the SSR coal train is heading to this location. Amy's idle in her endeavour. And we have Andrew is idle with the Crawfords container train at the container park. So here's Charlie. We'll just watch him. We'll just watch him leave. So he is now leaving, and he is heading off to back to the power station. Now this episode's going to be a little bit different. Let's have a look at how Jane's going, because what I'm about to do will probably affect Jane the most at the moment. So Jane is on her way to the coal loader. And she's about to pass the river. So what we might do... Oh, Jane's coming up to a signal. So that might actually be a good opportunity to stop Jane there. So we're going to stop Jane there. Now I want to go back to Charlie for a second. Charlie's leaving there, that's good. Let's have a look on the map. Okay, so what I want to do, I want to pause things there. And I want to go into surveyor mode, but we'll save first. And we'll go into surveyor mode. And the reason that I'm going to go into surveyor mode is because I'm going to make some changes. Now, the good thing about Trainz, it's got a good community of people who make trains and that sort of thing. Which is, needless to say, pretty cool. So there's the track. Actually, I might change. I think I want to be up there a bit more, maybe. spin around because I think, yeah, that's the front of Charlie's train. Alright, so I want to follow the tracks for a little bit. More towards the collator. Because we're going to get to work and we're going to try some modifications. And it's going to be a little bit of a different episode. As I've been doing some more reading and more experimenting. And the good thing is that you can see, you can go down here and you can go to wherever you want on the map and think, well, okay, I can see an issue that I want to fix. So we're going to go up to the signal. So there's two modes. There's driver mode, which we started the episode with, and now there's surveyor mode, where we're going into building. So what I want to do is go to this signal here. Now, I don't understand how all this works yet, but I'm getting there. Alright, so I want to put a train here. So I want to put in an SSR class loco, SSR. The CLF one. So we'll put this. Oops, we did put the loco there. So we have, what did I put? Okay, so what I want to do, I actually want to highlight this one. Now I want to get some detail. I want to see if I can change some details. But before we do that, I want to rotate this vehicle. Okay, so I've done that. So at the moment they are two CLF ones, but I want to change this back one to being a trailing unit. Now I think if we just, I don't know if we've got an actual engine listing for, oh yes we do, the Commonwealth Railway CL class engine spec, which is what we've got. So I want to change that livery to clean. I want to change the back to tail lamps because it's going to be the rear of the train that I'm building. Number board lights on. Now I want to change the running number if I can. Might not be necessarily accurate, but I want to see if I can do it. No, I can't do that. So what we'll do, we'll delete that one. Now we do have a couple of cars that I want to put behind this CLF. 1, 2. That tree's in the way. Gotta find where I am compared to where the track is. Let's fly back to the track. Where's the track? I will look for that icon. We'll follow that icon. Alright. So this is where we were. was where we were putting our, it's where we were building our train. And I want to put the third one there. And now behind SSR, oh, actually, we might go CL. But the word CL comes up in almost every search. So we'll go back to SSR. And we'll put alright. So what I need to do with CLF3 is that, okay, I need to rotate this vehicle so it looks correct. Need to edit the details because I'm going to make it the back. Okay, we'll make it clean. Tail lamps, number boards, external lights. Alright, so we'll save the changes and we'll override that. Now what we want to do now is I want to go up to the other locate. Now part of the reason that I'm actually doing this partially live for the moment is to let you know how easy it's not to do what we need to do. Now what we've done, we've basically recreated the best that I can of what they call the AK inspection trains or test trains. And SSR specifically, or it's usually SSR, they will go ahead. Oh, I shouldn't have done that. They will have the three cars, the AK cars, which have been fully fitted out internally with lots of inspection equipment, and they will run this train all over the network. I think I flew away from where I was, from where the truck was. Okay, there's a train. Right, so I want to modify. So it's three cars which were former passenger cars that have been... Whoops, I didn't want to do that. So I want to edit the details of this one. And I want to give it the engine note that it deserves, the CL class. So you can do that. Set the head code to 4 white lamps, which is the front. We're going to make it clean. We're going to put a locomotive crew there, external lights. And I thought I already changed the... Okay. So we have made this train. So we'll go in the cab for a moment. Okay, so I need to go back to not Charlie. I need to go back to driver's mode briefly. I want to go back to Charlie. I want to go back to this train, Levi. We might get Levi off the train. delete Levi. Smiley. Okay. So we'll go back to the map. So am I even going the right way? There's lots of different ways to do this by way. M for map. Alright, so consist 253, which I'd really love to where's my cursor? We'll go back to surveyor's mode. So you got to be careful to what mode you're actually in. So because I can see old mate Charlie, well that means I'm in where's my cursor? It should be easier than this, it's not. There's my cursor. Now I've lost it again. I think I might have found it. Where is my cursor? Alright, so we finally have old mate Smiley in the cab of the CLF. Alright, so we're going to save that again. Alright, we're going to have a look outside. And here we go, having a look at the front. So we have recreated, and I'll put the headlight on. There we go. I have recreated, as best as I can for the moment, the AK train track inspection cars that run around primarily the ARTC network, but you also see it on Sydney Trainz network in New South Wales. It does run all over the place on a schedule. So there we go, that's the train. So what we're going to do is that we're going to use this train to do an inspection of the network and change things up. So Smiley is under my control for the moment. Now, one thing that I can spot wrong straight away. Okay. Now, I don't know a lot about how other signals work. Now, I don't know how the signals really work yet in this particular situation. So we've got Smiley's train here is showing a, whoops. So this is the first thing that I'm going to try and fix. So Smiley's train is showing a proceed indication because the line ahead is clear. Now, with the junction set for the main line, that's totally cool. But when I change the track, the junction, or the turnout, now that's changed to a proceed indication. Proceed, the next indication may be at stop. Do not pass this signal. The signal ahead is, the line ahead is unsignalled. Okay. So we'll work backwards. Okay, signal is clear because it's set for the junction. And the signal says that. Turn it out to the right. Okay, so we're going to actually go into our surveyor mode and have a bit of a look at this signal. First thing we need to do is not go off into the wilderness because it seems that I'm in roaming mode now. First thing I need to do is to have a look at that signal and see what it's actually called. See its actual name and what the signal can do. My theory is that the signal is correct for the main line, but to go into the collator, it may need a different type of signal. Alright, this is called I'm trying to find out Maybe this will tell me. Put in drivers made for the moment. I just want to pause it. There we go. So we don't have the loco noise. Go back into Surveyor. So if we go into the properties, let's have a look. What is this signal called? Edit details. Alright. So this is signal 160. Signal reason, do not pass this signal. The line ahead is unsignalled. Okay. This may be too complicated for what I'm trying to do. Debug mode on. So display name. So I wonder if I can go CC01. Oh, and that did actually change the name on the signal. Okay, that's cool. So diverge and shunt. Focus junction. Alright. Show junction. Now this may be getting too complicated for my own good. No, I don't want to straighten the spine. Do not pass this signal. The signal ahead is. Okay, so because we're going to override that. That signal, that junction is set correctly. Alright, we need to, and this is where Smiley's going to help us out here. Oops, we're going to go into chase mode. Right, now it's saying, okay, that's still working. So we're role playing here that Smiley's been given permission to pass the signal at stop. And that's actually changed the signal number. Alright, that. Alright, so now we think that we've got the points set correctly. We'll go behind that signal again. Points are still set. We've role played that we've got permission to do this. Right, we're going back behind the signal. Alright, so we've changed the signal. Now, this route is set, pause old mate again. So this route's now set to go into the coal loader, but that should not be showing a caution indication. So that should be showing a turnout or a shunting indication. So we'll go into surveyor mode, see what we can do. So we'll see what we can do now. Alright, signal state should not be a caution. We won't be adjusting where the signal actually is. Maybe this might change things. So I don't want that, because of the way that I've signaled it, I don't we may not be able to do anything about this signal just yet, because I still don't know what I'm doing. But in theory, what I would like to be able to do is to get rid of that aspect. This may not be a problem, or this may not be able to be a thing that I can do at the moment. So we'll go back into driver session. We'll save. We'll override. We'll pause. So what I'd like to be able to do, this should have a shunting indication, because we're going off the main line. Alright, so we're coming up to the next thing that I want to change. And that's this sign. I want to change the sign. So we'll stop the train. Go back into survey mode. And we'll select. No, we won't be doing that. No, we don't want to do that. I want to select. Alright, let's try and select this sign. No, I don't want to select. Oh, okay. Now, I'm not going to do the whole episode like this, but no, I didn't want to go in the cab either. Alright, did want to get rid of that sign. maybe have to do it from ground level. So this sign says, freight trains begin 30k speed limit. Totally unnecessary. There's no passenger trains going in there. Don't like the sign. Can we get rid of it? Can we get rid of it? Scenery. Is it a scenery object? Can I even see? This might be another thing that I might not be able to. Because I can't even select. Whoops. And that's why you save often. Exit Surveyor. Do you wish to save your changes? Don't save. Because we just deleted the whole track. Sometimes you've got to pick your losses. And there might be things that I learn how to do for you in future that's like, okay, oh, this is how you get rid of that sign. So we'll see where we load back into. Oh, we loaded back into there, okay. Yep, that's still... So, of course, in real life, this is not the way that they do things. They go, oh, we need to get rid of that sign. Let's get a track recording car out there and let's go to the stop board. Alright, let's save there. Let's go into surveyor mode. And just to be safe, save here. Alright, so Oh, so we're able to select that sign then. So we'll delete it because I want to move it. And now can I... So why can't I select... No, I don't want to get rid of the car. Let's drive forward a bit further. Right, let's go, let's pause. Go back into surveyor mode. All content. Stop. Sign unsignal, end unsignal, or end signal authority. Oops. No, I don't want to keep adding them. Alright. Let's see. 90 degrees. Alright, let's see what we can do from here. Angle rotation would be about 270, I reckon. Let's go back into driver mode. So that's the correct sign we want, but we want to... So we want to rotate it. Bring hanging off the track a bit. Should we just be able to swivel it? Control. I don't want to put another one. CC stop. $360. Oh, this is a good one. Just randomize it and then when it gets to the bit that you want it. There we go. End signal authority. Do not proceed unless authorized. Cool. Alright, so that's cool. Alright, so we'll go back into drive mode. So I have done something good. I have moved that sign. I didn't manage to get rid of that other one, which I don't know why. Just want to make sure I'm clear of the main line. So I'm almost clear of the main line. Because that all seems to be in one. That appears to be all in one. Hang on. What I might do, search for that seems really weird, but we're not going to waste any more time at the moment on that. Next thing I want to look at though, we'll move into the cab. Alright, we'll go for a walk. So what I want to do here, I should pause it. What I want to do, I want to have a look at these signals. And I'm pretty sure this is the last signal before we go on to the main line. So what we're going to do is save again. Go into surveyor mode. Save that. Alright. So what I want to do now is have a look at this signal. If I can select it. No, I still do not want to put a sign there. Or there for that matter. Oh, it's still putting bloody signs everywhere I click. Alright. So where is... Oh, I might need to move the train a bit more so I can have a look at this signal. Okay, Smile, I just keep going till I tell you to stop. Smiley, red light, red light. Alright. Alright, so I want to have a look. These two signals may work in conjunction to each other. Right. So it appears to have the name New South Wales SH, probably for shunting limit. Left hand side to Alpha. So let's see if I can... Alright, select that again. So let's see if I can select show asset details. Alright, it's a New South Wales shunting signal to a horizontal, A2 aspect shunting signal horizontal format. So I wonder, whoops, didn't want to do that. Okay, so this is what we're looking at. Oh, okay, here's the, okay, edit details. Okay, save changes there. What I want to try and do is replace object with a, no. Hang on, what have I done? No, don't want to replace it with that. So what I need to do is find the signal I want. So if I go select, replace with selected, no, we don't want to do that either, but that's, sig nsw. No. No. But we're getting the idea. Okay, so we may have done it. So we'll go back into driver mode. Whoops, didn't mean to go all the way over there. And let's see. Let's see if we've done this correctly. So there's a signal. All right. So we may have done an alright job actually. Go back into surveyor mode. Hole loader. So we may have done okay with this one. Oops, I didn't want to do that. Okay, so we want to go backwards. Now we're role playing again that we've got all the various authorities. Alright, now we should be able to go ahead. See, they have, when they install new signals, one thing that they have to do is do what we call a shunt test. So within the worksite, within the possession area, you're doing things like this to make sure that the signals work. Like it might work in theory from the control center. No, we're not quite behind the signal yet. Alright, so when Smiley comes to a stand, get him out there, put him in. The other end. Alright, now we should be able to set these points. Again, role playing that we've got the correct authority set. Oh, there's a sign there. We'll go into surveyor's mode quickly and get rid of that. Right, we'll go back into driver's mode. So that's set. That should be set. Alright, so they should all be set correctly now. This is one of the things I was mentioning on the last episode. There is actually a way to make it so the driver doesn't have to do all this, changing the points, etc. Now, it may work, especially when you're in manual mode. It works better, but not perfectly when you're in automatic mode. Alright, so that signal has cleared because we've set the route correctly. So that means that I can pause this. I can go into surveyor mode because we've actually changed a signal. So what I'm going to do now is I am in surveyor's mode. We'll walk it. And we'll... Alright, where's your marker? There you are. So we'll edit details. And we'll call this one CL12. we will select an asset. Select signals. So we've selected the same signal, but for the different track. We'll save that. We'll override that. Even though the coal loader is mainly operating in towards that signal, but so I have noticed on the real world railways that sometimes when you are leaving a siding like this, they will actually put in a mainline signal there. Alright, so that is complete. We'll go back into driver's mode. For some reason I'm over there, but that's okay. So that signal is now clear. And we will set, because there's nothing else really. Oh, hang on. I'll just go, I'll take one last chance possibly to get rid of this sign. Alright, we'll go out of the cab, we'll go for a walk. And it also depends on how they've set this up as well, right? Oh, so if I want to get rid of that fence, I can. A39 Vision 2. No, that's not it. Oh, I'll just move the fence. Oh, maybe that's a version of the fence. Edit details. No, we don't want to do that. Just want to be able to select doesn't look like I can just select this sign. That's a tree. Alright, one last chance, and then we're going for a train ride. Alright, yard limit sign. No, not on the signal. Ground. You know that step where you go just that little bit? We just go that little bit too far. I think I just found it. And that's why you save often. So if need be, you don't have to go back that far. I think I know the sign that I want to find, by the way. I don't know if it's installed, but I guess we're about to find out. Now this is alright. Pause that. Surveyor mode. Enter. Alright, so we'll go in there. Put that there. That will do. Save. Override. Now we're going to go for a ride. Back. Now that we've actually figured out how to replace signals, there's one place that badly needs these signals replaced, and we're about to drive there. Navigate to Haley River. Platform 1, because we're about to re-signal it. Hang on. All right. So what we're going to do now is we're going to proceed to Haley River because there's a whole heap of semaphore signals there that need to be replaced. So let's just sit back and watch the CLFs in action. CLF3 is now in the lead and CLF1 is trailing. So sit back and relax and enjoy. Alrighty, we have arrived at Haley Creek. So let's go into walk mode. Walk mode. Actually, what we can also do, we can drive the train a little bit further so it's fully on the platform. Alright, so what we want to do is want to re-signal the yard. That may be more difficult than what I thought because of these points. We've got the semaphore signals here. So there's the back end of it. Okay, so we've got the semaphore signals. Let's have a look. This is primarily the main line. So when you're looking at a semaphore signal, the red facing the driver, that means that's the way for the driver looks at the red bit, not the back of the bit that's at the back of the signal. So may also be a bit of a time for some yard rationalisation as well. So we've got the loop line where the train is sitting. We've got another train arriving? No. Right, so we'll have to go to the other end of the yard. Well, we will go to the other end of the yard eventually. But this is where we can start. Why have I still got red marker lights on the back? On the front, I should say. That's what I did wrong. That's better. So we'll save before we go. And I'll pause. And I will go into surveyor mode. Alright. We'll go for a walk. Alright, I'm going to do the first signal and then I'll pause the recording and do the rest. So I don't need that 4 sign there, so it can go. Oh, that one went rather easily. Now I did learn that you can actually change the text on these signs, so let's try that. Let's go to all content. Well, it's not letting me select. Oh, I think it's all part of the one. I think it's all part of the one integrated thing, maybe. So, okay, let's have a look here. Edit details. All right. So we're having a look at the details of Halley River. So passenger platform, script, properties. I thought that was going to give us details about things here. No, it's just telling us about passenger loads and that sort of thing. So it looks like the whole thing is like a composite. Alright, so Halley River Station. Oh, hang on. Layer. See, I'm learning about things just by clicking on them. Oh, show asset details. That may be different. Oh, so it's an actual... It's a type of station, and then they've added... like things like the station sign. So I wonder... I know this is not what this was supposed to be about, but if we go... Oh, hang on, we have to select an asset maybe. So what was this called? This was station A4. So let's see, is there a station A3? Just out of curiosity, no, there's not. Let's see if we just put in station. This was not what I was originally going to do, but I'm just discovering how things work. Don't want to replace the whole station with a oh, hang on, here we go. New South Wales. This one. Alright, now if we go, oh, maybe because the layer's locked. Alright, that's not what we came here to do. Let's continue and have a look at these signals. Alright, so we have this signal here. No. Why? I put a station in. Oops. Because I had it selected. Scheisse. Delete. Oh, that's one of the other stations that's further up the line. Alright. New South Wales signal. Alright, let's find out more about this one first of all. Okay. Details. Alright, we don't have a lot of information about this signal. What I'm going to do is I'm going to have a look. I'll pull this over here. No, that doesn't help. Replace object with selected asset. That to me looks better already. Or edit details. Now we should be able to like put in a signal number. Alright. A2 loop. Save changes, and we have installed our first color light signal at Haley River. Let's go back into the drive session. We'll unpause it. Now, old mate needs to come back, or needs to go away. Go to country. Smiley. Alright, let's see now if we can... Oh, we've changed the signal. And that's gone back to stop. That's gone to green. That's gone to stop. Good job. Alright, we will save there. And then what I will do, so as we thought, this is the loop line. So we have started the re-signalling of Haley River. So I will pause the recording and come back when it is fully done.